This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show. She full on my... She full on my bring, shall I bleach? My name's Mayhem. I'm Duke. And today we're talking about the next chapter of Bleach. The Fullbring set of episodes.
She bone on my kai till I
Bleach?
bust. No.
Bleach.
No, just bust.
The term is bleach.
Till I bleach.
She gets to go on my Mugetsu till I fullbring her.
She eisen on my eisen till I've known you ever since you were born, Ichigo.
She gets to go to my Tensho till I
Die! That's loud.
So something I get to mention when it comes to Bleach that always makes me laugh. There is a video out there where it is like dub versus sub, showing off the last Bankai he does, and funny enough, the English version matches the lips better because in Japanese he does that Bankai, while in English it's just Bankai, and like it's bizarre to see that like he's the one who's doing it more in line with what the animation does.
He follows the animation while the Japanese probably...
Don't they edit the lips? Don't they edit the lip sync so that it matches?
Did they start...
No,
is that when they started doing that?
No, what usually happens when it comes to voiceover work like this is they have the animation playing in the background, and it's like, here's your lines, practice them for a bit, and then once you're ready, we'll play it, and you can try to match lips.
Yeah, that's how it was back then. But I imagine I've seen.
Nowadays, they edit it a lot more.
Yeah, because like with animation, they record the voice acting first, and then they animate over that.
Yeah. It's definitely doing the voice work for different languages with dub and all that kind of stuff. It is very interesting anytime you learn anything about it, because you're just like, oh, so you have, like, either you've just seen the character or you've never seen the character. Why on earth would they do it that way?
It was always really funny like, playing video games or watching old shows, or even like watching like old samurai films. And like it has like English dub or like the
And it's horribly wrong.
Yeah, like
Godzilla.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh my god.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh my god,
The
I think you
dubbing-
mean the greatest movie ever.
The dubbing over Kung Fu Hustle, it's so funny seeing them talking in Chinese and then it's just a dude talking
Yeah.
in English and it does not sound
Like the guy's lip flaps are going on in Chinese and then just, I really think that we shouldn't be here. But it's just like,
Yeah.
but it's like...
yeah.
Godzilla, I feel, also does it.
The original
So
Godzilla,
bad.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, like, you say original Godzilla, but even, like, Shin Godzilla did it, and it did it better, but at the same time, you're still looking at it like, okay.
I love it in video games. It's so fucking funny.
You know,
I will
Sonic
say...
Adventure 2 Battle. Sonic Adventure 2
Yeah.
Battle has some of the worst lip syncing, and like they're talking, and the mouths are like,
Wow.
But they're
Aggravated
saying
assault?
words.
Aggravated assault, and don't mind if I do.
it's just like, wow, I can't believe you were framed for all that. Framed.
I totally did it.
No, I was convicted.
But, like, reminds me of, one thing I thought was kind of funny when it came to watching, like, the most recent Godzilla Japanese movie, Shin Godzilla,
Yes.
was you could see that they grabbed actual voice actors that are popular at the time. So
Oh, yeah.
it felt so weird watching and suddenly hearing Tenya from My Hero in there. And it was just like, that's weird to hear, like, just voice actors from anime dubbing a Godzilla movie.
Yeah. That actually something I just saw
It's like,
recently.
I was about to see Irvin Smith leading the charge against Godzilla. It's like, what the fuck?
What kind of movie is this about to be? But in Tears of the Kingdom, the new Legend of Zelda game, there's like a part at the beginning where Zelda's talking, and in the first game it was English only. Like anytime that like Zelda spoke or anything like that, it was always English, but just like subtitled in other languages. So every cutscene was very focused on her words in English. I don't think they did that for Tears of the Kingdom, because in one of the opening cutscenes, she talks, and Zelda is literally just going. It's like not synced as perfectly as it was in Breath of the Wild, and I'm just like, no.
You've now made me think who the voice of.
Game's terrible, not playing it.
Damn it! I was kind of hoping I would see like the Japanese voice of Ganon because I was like, okay, who's voicing Ganon in Japanese? And it's like, damn it, no, just the Spanish voice actor.
God damn
It's
it.
listed.
Look up his Japanese voice actor for Smash Brothers.
For Smash Brothers, yeah.
Ganondorf.
The Japanese Doria.
Yeah. Actually, it's actually the same voice. I think.
Takashi Nagasako?
Who does he play?
Let's see. Like when I looked up voice actor, that was the first thing to pop up.
Welcome to our Bleach talk, everybody.
I was gonna say this is
Anyways,
honestly
what
our.
do you think of Tears of the Kingdom?
I was gonna say, in all fairness, at this point, it's our preamble of we like to just talk about stuff we like.
Preambles.
Rich people.
Happy people.
Voices Donkey Kong and a bunch of things.
Really?
Dodoria in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Ooh.
Let's see. So it might just be the voice of Dodoria as well, yeah.
Holy shit.
And another voice I'm seeing right now. That might be fucking hilarious. Oh, he's the Japanese voice of Bulkhead in Transformers Prime.
Ah.
That's kind of cool.
All right. What is Batman's main task? To find the choker. That shit is made. There's no laws in Gotham, Batman. Weed's been legalized, Batman.
SquarePants Patrick Star.
He's the voice of Patrick, the Japanese
voice.
Voice of Patrick. Holy shit.
That's amazing.
Weed's been legalized, Batman. Not on federal land, Joker.
Oh, apparently in One Piece he voices Aladdin from Fishman Island.
Uh-huh.
And Jozu, the guy who turns into diamonds.
Ah, the guy who gets rock hard.
I mean, I guess you're allowed to say that. You shouldn't.
The sluttiest thing a man can do is collapse on the sofa after another torturous day and sigh from the depths of his soul as his eyes stare vacantly ahead, devoid of hope, as Guts is standing there having the worst day of his life.
He plays Mario and Luigi in Legend of Zelda.
I didn't even know they had sound effects with their voice.
What? He's also Talon and Ingo?
Yeah.
And Muto?
Which is actually the designs of, in the Mario movie, Mario's dad and his uncle.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you didn't notice that?
I did when someone showed it to me.
Me?
I did once it was shown.
But yeah, basically, a lot of voices. Voice actors, they do voices. Go figure.
They definitely like to get paid, and voice acting does not get them paid enough. So they have to do a lot of it in order to get paid enough.
He did dub voices for X-Men and Spider-Man in the 90s.
Hell yeah.
Cyclops, Mr. Sinister, Juggernaut, Omega Red, and Wolverine.
Hell yeah.
He also did dub voices for Spider-Man and his Amazing Friends,
And that's
being Cyclops and Juggernaut.
And that's the end that we will. The end
there
of
you
that.
go. So anyway, Bleach is fun.
Yeah. So the Fullbring. This is set after the whole thing fighting against Aizen, and Ichigo loses his Soul Reaper powers. That's what happens at the end of the last thing. At the beginning of this, Ichigo has no powers. He's not special, except he's the protagonist. So they definitely come up with some bullshit.
Yeah. Let's get this out of the way right now. I'm going to mention, with the essentially non-spoiler part of this, of the biggest problem that people have always had with this arc is that it introduces a new power system and Ichigo gets immediately good at it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this right now. That's Ichigo. Like, to the comment of, well, he immediately got strong with this new power system. It's Ichigo.
That's kind of his whole idea.
He became captain level after 10 days.
Which is precisely the problem.
But it's basically just to show you, like, after watching all of Bleach...
Wow. Wow,
that's fucking hilarious.
Wow, you're definitely much louder now, Jinsu. Thanks for joining us.
So anyways, I finished eating my corn dog.
I think I noticed that with other videos that you were quiet. So, I'll say this. I know that a lot of people have problems with that, of, like, how quickly strong he gets. That's just... I think that's just a family trait with him, of, like, his dad is already just the badass that he is, And then there's the whole thing with Aizen of like it did something with him basically as a kid, of like did something with his birth, just all this different shit combining together for Ichigo to make him just the crazy badass that he is.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that with the animation improvement that is made in this specific arc from the past, and like it's in full like proper ratio and all that kind of stuff, everything about it visually has increased. So definitely this is the one that brought in the most people compared to the past. But the thing is that this is like in the middle of the story, so there's a bunch of character quirks and stuff like that that people aren't accustomed to. So that's why
It doesn't help that, like, for me, when I first saw this was the first arc I saw.
Exactly.
It was basically, for me at the time, the only arc that was shown on Toonami.
Exactly.
So for some people's perspective, this was like all they saw. And so it was like, wow, this is lazy.
And it doesn't explain why, and like it doesn't. The show really doesn't explain why Ichigo's that good. It's just kind of just you deal with it and just kind of keep going. But meanwhile, other shows, they definitely show more of the character training and learning. Like Luffy has a whole 2-year time skip that happens. And then like Goku is literally always training. If he's not eating or fighting, he's training.
Yeah, honestly, fucking, I watched this video about Luffy training for 2 years. He spent more time with Rayleigh than he did his entire career.
He spent 2 years
I shared
with
that
Rayleigh.
video. I love that.
Yeah.
That is the most bizarre thing to ever think, and now it makes more sense at the end of, or like at the beginning of Fishman Island arc, how Rayleigh is like very emotional with Luffy, and it's just like, yeah, he's kind of Luffy spent more time with Rayleigh than anybody else.
Yeah, in his life, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, in his life would be more accurate, yeah.
Maybe that's not true. He
Ace.
spent a lot of time
Ace,
with
he spent a lot of time with.
yeah, with
years.
Ace.
It would
His entire
go
childhood.
process of elimination would go Ace, his surrogate mom, and then Rayleigh.
And then a little bit of Garp coming through here and there.
It depends how much Garp popped in. It
But-
depends how much Garp popped in to beat his ass.
Yeah. But back to
Pirate.
what the fuck?
I also do like that he's very quickly accepting of new grandchildren. It's just like so quickly of just like Sabo, he's our promised brother.
You're not gonna be a pirate either. You're not gonna be a pirate. My grandson's not gonna be a pirate. My new grandson ain't gonna be a pirate.
So
But-
this is a good time to mention when it comes to protagonists. You were about to say something?
Yeah. I wanted to talk about how, like, my perspective on the whole, like, him picking up the Fullbringer shit, like, immediately. And, like, the reason why I find it so irritating and annoying is because he used everything. Like, he used everything when he fought Aizen. Like, the
Like,
last...
his entire drops of his Soul Reaper power.
Yeah, the
Like
move...
his juices all ran out.
Right, the move he uses everything. It expends everything. And so, like, I feel like him just picking up Fullbringer shit just kind of expels the consequences. And it's really annoying because him learning how to be a visored was really hard for him. And like
Yeah.
it was a lot more the stakes felt like they were a lot higher when he was unsure about using the visored power, and it was always like in the back of his head. And like it was always a thing that was set up from the very beginning ever since he got his Shinigami powers. But like
The risk of
the risk
of the hollow powers.
the
and all
risk
that
of
kind stuff.
hollowification.
Yeah.
And that risk and that fear kind of comes through when he's fighting Ukiura, and he does go full hollow, but like, it's so annoying because he struggled with it. He struggled with it, and
He actively struggled with it, but in this he gets it after the second try.
I will share this with you because I know you haven't watched it. Like, Jinzu, you mentioned you did not watch it because you heard how bad it was.
yeah.
So this will basically be your, like, us telling you this stuff will basically be your first experience of it. So
Basically, yeah.
to mention, when it comes to Fullbring, one little detail is he does struggle with it. For that, like, there's the detail that everybody says of, like, he gets so quickly good at it. For more than half of this last season, essentially, he's training, and he is struggling with it.
Yeah, I would say it's about
it's
4 or 5 days.
yeah,
4 or 5 days of training.
which is the
I think
same as-
Chad actually gets it better than Ichigo.
Yes. No, especially because that's one of the details in this of, like, Chad is, they use it as a chance to explain where Chad gets his powers,
Yeah.
and I find that interesting.
I will say that Fullbring, the power of Fullbring, if anybody has any issues with
It would
that,
make a great anime.
it's Fullbring by itself does make sense. That it's like it's your own. You have an attachment to a certain object, and your like experiences and all that kind of stuff. All of your life is like you can channel that energy that you've spent into that object, and you have it burst out into a method of fighting and all that kind of stuff. A
Chad's
method
most
of power.
precious item are his arms.
Yeah,
the skin on his
the
arm.
skin.
So I will say that right away. The power system of Fullbring itself, if it was a part of it in its own anime, would be an amazing.
It's
power
definitely
system.
the case of the person who makes Bleach was just like, I want to make something that isn't Soul Reaper related.
Yeah, I will say this. Like, once again, when it came down to it, the display of the new power system, it was good. Like, when it came down to it, he made a really good power system out of thin air, essentially. Like, it's
and it definitely made sense for a couple of characters that didn't have powers that made sense of why they were happening. In a show that really explained the power system very well.
The funny thing is, Chad didn't need an explanation for his power. Because Orihime got a quick explanation for her power.
I was gonna ask about Orihime actually. Is she technically Fullbringer, or
No,
what's the explanation for
her power was explained by Aizen. Of basically, she awakened due to the what was it called? The core thing with
the
Hogyoku.
Hogyoku.
I was gonna say something wildly different, but just as weird.
Basically, because of the Hogyoku's connection to Ichigo and his
Go.
friends and like everybody connected to them.
Take it.
The Hogyoku awakened a power within Orihime, as Aizen explained, in this moment where she desperately wanted to defend her friends. It awoken a power in her.
Yeah, and her power is definitely a lot more bullshit than the Fullbring.
In other words, they could have just said that for Chad.
Yeah,
But they decided they wanted to make Chad a little more unique.
Yeah.
And I find that interesting. They even give an explanation of what is a Fullbring. Fullbring are basically people that their mothers, while they were like in the womb, were attacked by hollows.
and that kind of triggered an activation to their powers.
It's essentially there is a hollow within them.
Yeah.
Like the powers of a hollow are within them. That is what Fullbring is. So it kind of works along the same lines as the Arankar and the Visored of connections to hollows. I find that interesting.
It's definitely a lot. It's definitely an angle that is more centered in the world of the living compared to the Soul Reapers and all that kind of stuff.
That's a good way to basically mention it. Of when it comes down to it, hollowed are like hollows, and the way they affect these three realms is like the core of Bleach.
It is cool. Cool to think, like especially now with Chad and Fullbring, that all four of the main characters have their own like
Quincy, Hogyoku, Fullbring, and then obviously Shinigami.
Yeah, that they all have their way of fighting hollows in their own
and it's
unique
cool
way.
that Ichigo has connections in such ways to each of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But
connected to. Wait, what's his connection to Quincy? He converted.
I became Catholic. But other than that, I want to mention when it came to main characters,
Yeah.
like Ichigo. I'll say like most of the big three protagonists are some of my favorite protagonists in almost any anime. I will say that right now.
Yeah.
Like I haven't sat down and watched all of Naruto, but I will say like Naruto is a great main character.
He's already starting to just like make sense to me. Like he's an idiot, but I can tell where his strength is going to be.
Yeah, the talk no jutsu.
Exactly. Yeah.
But there's basically one of my favorite like while Naruto's lower on there because of the fact I haven't sat down and like watched all of it in one go. It is still Luffy is my number one favorite protagonist of all time, of like that silly little dumbass that he is that cares for his friends so deeply.
That no matter where he goes, assembles an army.
Yes, exactly. And Ichigo is, in my opinion, one of the coolest protagonists. Like, and I mean like flat out he's that guy you would see in high school that like he's fucking up and like getting in fights all the time, but you're still like, Man, that guy's fucking cool.
That's the thing. If Ichigo, Luffy, and Naruto were all in a room, what would happen?
They'd be best friends.
Is that no. Naruto and Luffy would be like, "Wow, you look awesome!" Whenever Ichigo does anything.
Yes.
He's the senior while they're the freshmen.
Luffy would watch him the entire time. So good!
So good.
Exactly. Naruto, meanwhile, would be like, he'd probably be mixed of just like, this guy's kind of acting like a Sasuke. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
But at the same time, still be like,
He got his
okay,
own
that
show.
was really cool. At the same time, be like, okay, that was really cool. And he's not trying to steal Sakura. This guy's awesome!
He's better than Sasuke.
But yeah, like, that's usually Naruto's thing of, like, if you're popular and really chill, he wants to fight you.
Yep. Alright, let's get into the story.
I can summarize this story pretty well of, like, the beginning part of it is Ichigo trying to go through his life, coping without any powers. He's got a job, he's got a hot girl boss. Holy shit, yeah,
Heavily agreed.
MILF, anyway, and he's just depressed. He's, like, extremely depressed about not having his power. He's going around trying to settle with it. And eventually somebody comes up to him by the name of Ginjo, who offers to teach him how to get his powers back through the use of a system called Fullbring. And it takes him a while, but eventually he's like, screw it, fine, let's do it. Like, I want to defend my family and friends. Like, why not? So he goes in, he learns how to use Fullbring, he finds out that Chad is a part of this whole, like, group, and that's the reason why Chad's not been going to school lately. Meanwhile, during this time, a bunch of his friends and family are being attacked, and it turns out it is because of one of the Fullbring, Sukuuchi, I believe his name was, has been going in and attacking all his friends and family.
Voiced in English by Matt Mercer.
Yeah, that's the great thing I will say right now. Of the two main people behind, like, Fullbring, Sukuuchi and Ginjo, the funny thing about them is they're both critical role players. And, like, it's the DM and one of the players.
So Jinzu. The main enemy Fullbring guy, he's voiced by Matt Mercer. The guy who teaches Ichigo Fullbring is voiced by Ace.
I get so annoyed when it's like, oh, this guy's voiced by the same guy who's voicing like 50 other characters.
Exactly.
It's like,
It's
okay, cool.
unfortunate, but at the same time, hey, when they're a good voice, hey, voice more often.
They do good.
Like,
And I
seeing
mean-
Ganondorf being Matt Mercer, Ganondorf still has fucking awesome presence and an awesome voice in that game.
like it's cool because it's like, get that money, bro. And, you know,
Yeah,
get that
get
money.
paid!
Get that money and, like, you know, keep working so you can get more money. But,
Keep
like,
the status.
bro,
I see you everywhere.
why are you the same voice for every fucking character?
I was gonna say,
It's
in all
jarring.
fairness, Jinsu, if you could be, get paid real well, and you just got a voice in, like, a shit ton of different anime, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I would at least
Like,
do
if
a
your
different
voice was
voice.
so good, if your voice was so good that they were asking you to, do
Yeah,
these
but they
voices for a bunch
hire
of
you.
characters.
Yeah, they
Okay.
would hire you to do your voice.
Just my voice, like Seth Rogen, where the motherfucker literally is like, I'm not doing a voice. I'm just
Seth
me.
Rogen's different because star power. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
unfortunate thing.
That's a Seth Rogen, and then
I
Seth MacFarlane.
will
with the Family
say
Guy.
I will
Seth
say that
MacFarlane and
Matt
Family-
Mercer has 3 different types of voice. He has Gremlin, Matt Mercer, and then Ganondorf. So just like
Like, recognizable, but still, like,
but gruff.
low bass.
Yeah,
I
low
don't know.
bass. Yeah.
I really love voice actors like D. Bradley Baker or Mark Hamill.
Who are completely unrecognizable.
Yeah, like
Yeah. That's
like
cool.
okay, Mark Hamill's actually pretty recognizable, and he usually does
He's
his.
recognizable, but he shifts it in just a way where it's like you don't expect it at first.
It feels unique. Like I wasn't expecting him to be Skips. I was not ready to find out that Skips is voiced by Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker, Skips, and the Joker all share the same person.
Darth Bane. He's got Lord Ozai.
The occasional rando in like the random cartoon.
It's basically just he has fun with it, and that's awesome.
But I will ask Jinsu, why is it so jarring to you when someone is like the same voice as someone else, just as prominent?
Because I'm no longer thinking of the character as a character. I'm thinking of other characters. I'm thinking of other characters, or I'm thinking of the voice actor. I'm not thinking about the character dies. The character dies for me, and it becomes a voice, or it becomes
part of the personality, part of
right.
the menagerie of characters that this actor has.
Right, and then another example of voice actors who I really like or voice actress who I really like because they do things different. Tara Strong,
Oh,
Yeah.
with all of her roles, or Grey DeLisle. I don't know how to say
Great
her
Elise.
Grey DeLisle with her roles and like her voice. She does a really good Vicky. She does a really banger Azula. She also does Kaya and a lot of other surprising characters in Avatar: Last Airbender. But she does different voices. It feels like, at least differently. Like, like I when I think of Vicky, I don't think of Grey DeLisle. I think it's Vicky.
Yeah.
When I see Azula, I think it's Azula.
When the character is so removed from the person, that's what you prefer.
Yeah, and honestly, to be fair, I haven't heard enough of Matt Mercer. I've mainly really heard him in I've heard him in a couple animes, and every now and then when I play League of Legends, the character I play is voiced by Matt Mercer. And Matt Mercer, I didn't know. That one was really good because I didn't even recognize him as Matt Mercer. I thought it was just some random dude
He's-
trying to be a pirate, but he actually does a really good job as
Oh, yeah.
as
And
the
he's
character.
also the cowboy
I was
in
gonna say,
Overwatch.
When it comes
Yeah.
down to it, Matt Mercer, I feel, is also a good example of a voice actor who's really good at shifting their voice in just a way. He's got the advantage. He's a DM.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
think
got that massive advantage of that's literally his weekly job to shift his voice around.
I think it's really cool that he's like a nerd and he gets to do nerd shit.
Yeah.
And he gets to get paid and he makes his living off doing nerd shit. Like, that's awesome.
He is
That's
known
the
as
dream.
the nerd.
Right.
It's basically the kind of thing where it's it's unfortunate that you see so many repeat voices, but at the same time for them, it's kind of thing where it's once you have that recognizable voice of I'm known for this and I have a hard time shifting my voice, you're gonna be targeted for that role.
Who plays Arthur in Red Dead Redemption?
A guy that I have no fucking idea.
For some reason, I think it's Matt Mercer.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. But
Roger Clark.
Roger Clark.
Roger Clark.
I don't
Arthur
know.
Morgan.
See if
sounds
he's
like
done
a friend.
anything else.
Roger Clark.
Yeah.
The-
Because here's the thing: is that whenever I see a show that you guys tell me is really big and all that kind of stuff, what I think is, when am I gonna hear this famous person who does a bunch of anime voices? Or
He does not do many voices.
yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. But basically, when we were watching Bleach, when we're watching One Piece, when we're watching Full Metal Alchemist, Attack on Titan, just whenever I think of a giant person that does voices and stuff, I'm waiting to hear, whenever we meet a new character in the show or something like that, I'm wondering if it's someone that I've heard before, but not in a negative way, Jinsu. When I'm watching something and I hear someone that I recognize for either their star power or how good they were in another show or something like that, it doesn't take me out of it. It's more of just all right, they are part of this group of characters that are voiced by this actor, this voice person.
Mm-hmm.
And also now I can kind of glean from the work that they've done from those characters. I can kind of make an estimated guess of what kind of character they're going to be.
Right.
Sometimes I'm right, other times I'm wildly wrong. And no matter what direction it takes, I'm fine. The biggest example is the English voice of Sanji, that it's Trunks. And that really takes you out, doesn't it, Jinsu?
It takes me out a little bit, I will admit, because I just hear Trunks, and then there's another, the voice of young Trunks is a voice actress named Laura Bailey, and
I believe she also does Critical Role.
she does a lot of roles actually, but
No, I'm saying Critical Role. Critical Role is the indie with Matt Mercer.
she's with him in. She's with this guy too.
Yeah, Liam O'Brien.
Liam O'Brien is another voice actor who I recognize a lot because he usually does the calm and the emo dude who's mystical.
So yeah, his
I
D&D
would have to
character.
hear it. Wait, but
I'll say this: when it comes to voice actors, I don't often get thrown out of it because it's one of okay, that autism I have often goes into looking at all these details and being fascinated with all. So when I go into an anime, one of my first thoughts is, I wonder what voice actors are going to be in here. And so I get so excited whenever I see a voice actor I know. I'm just like, is that the thing? Like it's a full on just autistic brain of just like the thing.
Dude, got the thing.
Like for me, we'll be watching a show, and meanwhile I'm sitting there with my website popped up of behind the voice actors, and just be like, okay, who's this? Who's this? It's this person.
My favorite thing also is to just whenever watching a show, I just go, Duke, look up the voice. Who is that?
Yeah, I'll say this as well. On occasion, like you've recognized a voice and been like, that sounds familiar. Oh, we gotta check that. Other times there will be a voice where I recognize it right off the bat, and I'm just like, how are they gonna handle this voice? And so I always have fun with that.
Yeah.
Like Pro ZD when he pops into something.
Or when Jack Black was gonna be Bowser.
Oh,
I don't think anyone had their expectations
I knew
low.
he'd be good.
Expectations
he'd
were
be
high and fulfillment was high.
and
It's
and
basically-
definitely he delivered.
Yeah. But
It
it was also kind of hard because I kept just imagining Poe trying to be Bowser.
Fair enough.
You either die a panda or live long enough to see yourself become a turtle dragon.
I was gonna say, in all fairness, it comes down to that of like Jack Black is an example of a voice actor where he's not just like name brand of like it's Jack Black, like that sells everything.
Hey guys,
Not
it's me, Jack
just
Black.
that for
Woohoo.
him. He actually comes in and he's like, okay, this is my job. I love it. I'm going to put in 110%.
Do they want hero or do they want
That's
gremlin?
what we want. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like there's definitely a clear line of difference between mainstream voice actors and like other voice actors. And then with that, I feel the next variable that people have to consider when it comes to voice acting is the voice director. Voice direction is a lot more important, I think, than voice acting, because without voice direction, the actors are just reading the fucking lines. But with voice direction,
no, we are in trouble. Help us.
yeah,
I
exactly.
remember seeing something similar to that where somebody was sharing. It was a clip from a regular show where it's the scene during the episode where they suddenly got super smart and like outside of themselves, Rigby and Mordecai.
Morty.
Rick and Morty.
Your brain was combining them.
But outside of themselves, basically everybody else would look at them and they'd be speaking Latin. And so for Mordecai, it sounded just like J.G. Quintel just reading off the script. That's all it sounded like. Of just like at harem, this thing, that thing, kind of thing. Like that's what he was just reading the Latin.
I cannot believe that we would be doing this.
Rigby was going off, actually making it sound like himself, like speaking Latin.
Yeah.
And like that's the other thing that impresses me when it's like a combination of the voice director and the voice actor being like, we're working in sync. Let's get this shit done.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
off. I'm gonna go out of left field real fast. Have you guys seen those like story? Like it's a comic, but like someone PowerPoint presentation did. So it's like you just watch it.
Yeah.
And it's Mordecai and Rigby, and it's very obviously drawn by a furry artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really off-putting. but
And you're
whatever.
just like, that's not what you look like.
Who was his muscle head or muscle man?
I'm pretty sure it's also J.G. Quintel, the creator of the show.
That's the voice of Mordecai, right? Or is it the voice
Yeah.
of Benson?
Oh
Yes,
my
it's
God.
The voice of Mordecai.
I
Right.
love it when the person who makes the show is like the worst character, is like the bitch character.
Yeah.
Because Mordecai is absolutely the bitch
Sam
character.
Marin.
Sam Marin. I don't
Let
know.
me see. Sam Marin.
That sounds familiar, but I'm not.
He voices Benson, Pops, and Muscle Man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's cool.
I really like it when I like play a game and I'm like, damn, the voice acting is really good in both Japanese and in English. Like, let me see who the English voice actors are, and I don't recognize anybody. I'm like, that's awesome. It's fucking awesome.
Like Elden Ring.
Yeah, or like Elden Ring, and like or just any FromSoft game. Like they actually put a lot of care into how people talk because they understand that that's a huge part of the immersion, and like you really need that in order to like actually enjoy and
That there are
absorb.
people that unironically use the words bequeath and befit.
Yeah,
I feel what it partially is as well is the difference between you're the type that wants to escape it and like just enjoy it without even considering who these voice actors are. I'm
Yeah.
one of the people that when a new show is getting like made, my first thought is, okay, I would love if this voice actor did this one. I would love if this voice actor did this one. I'll be reading a manga and imagining the voices for these characters.
Right.
Like especially if it's not out yet, I imagine what voice actors would be playing them.
Yeah. Like I remember reading like Berserk or something and like thinking the same thing, or any manga that I've read, and I really like the Japanese voices of Chainsaw Man. I think they fit the characters perfectly, honestly. Cause like,
Oh yeah.
like I kind of had like an idea of what their voices would sound like.
Yeah.
And I was reading it in English, but then hearing the Japanese voice actors, they fucking nailed it. Like every character. And the issues that I have with English voice actors are prevalent too with Japanese voice actors, because like you see like a Japanese voice actor's like repertoire or whatever the fuck his resume or his or her resume, and like they have like 90 characters that I don't even fucking recognize.
Yeah.
And then there'll be like one team be like, oh, I recognize this character from this show, and like,
They gotta get that money.
yeah, they gotta get that money. I mean, like, and like being a voice actor sucks because they don't get paid shit.
Exactly. So they just kind of
So
have
it's
to do
like-
quantity over quality.
Yeah. So when it's like a really good voice actor who can kind of do multiple voices, and he's like, I get it. Why? From a production point of view, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the logical thing to do, but it just takes me out of it like so bad. And then like, I don't know. This is why I like reading manga more than watching anime.
But I will say the best example for the way that I like the something that has the best voice acting and has someone that is also recognizable, that didn't take me out but I did recognize them,
Right.
is Doom Eternal. Everybody sounds amazing in it, and then one of the main antagonists is voiced by the same voice actress that voices Asajj Ventress from Star Wars.
Oh, I think I know who that is too. Hold on.
It's Nika Futterman.
I like how this became the voice acting episode. instead of the Bleach
Yes, because
It was the moment we mentioned Matt Mercer and Travis Willingham in Bleach.
and also just it was a natural, like it was something I wanted to ask you on a recording, Jinsu, was just the whole thing with voice acting and how when it's someone recognizable to you, it takes you out. Because to me, it's like it's in the same way when it's in like movies when seeing an actor, that it's like I'm used to seeing the same person in such wildly different scenarios, like Mark Hamill, like him being in Star Wars, all of that kind of crazy shit, and then all of a sudden his random cameo in Kingsman,
Right.
and it's just like what like that.
Wait, who's random cameo in Kingsman?
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill?
He's a professor that like dies.
Mark Hamill was the professor?
Yeah, in the first Kingsman.
Yeah, he got cut in half.
Yeah, he had a terrible fate. One of my favorite things about that scene is just like when they smack him, and it's just like one of the worst things you can ever do: hit Mark Hamill. Don't hit Mark Hamill.
You know, like we have that whole thing with voice actors. Like it's a small thing. Before we get back to Bleach, I will say this: of like, there's that comment I saw a while back of like, well, nowadays you don't have actors, you have like the character. Like you're not hiring this actor. You're hiring Captain America and stuff like that. I feel it's the exact opposite for me. Like I've always felt the exact opposite of like I'm at a point where I don't see like this character. I see Chris Evans. I don't see this character. I see Mark Hamill. I don't see this character. I see Samuel L. fucking Jackson.
Yeah, Mace Windu is.
Take a seat.
Dude, every time seeing Mace Windu, I'm like waiting for him to say motherfucker.
Like,
I'm
whenever-
That is why,
whenever he
like in
pops up-
Revenge of the Sith,
Motherfucker.
in Revenge of the Sith, he gets the F-bomb when when his hand gets cut off by Anakin. He's supposed to go motherfucker.
Really?
No, but like that's my like if because it's PG-13 and that means that they can get away with one F-bomb. That's where I would put it.
Mark Hamill was in Child's Play. The
But
2019
He is
Child's
he is Chucky.
Oh yeah, he's Chucky. Yeah.
What?
He's Chucky in that.
What?
He is Chucky.
But I was gonna say, when it came down to it, like Samuel L. Jackson's one of the examples for me.
Story
where
by
it's
Tom
like,
Holland.
there ain't no fucking way that I'm looking at a movie going like, look, it's Nick Fury. No, I'm going, that's Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson.
That's
And like
it.
it's the same with a bunch of these actors where like we saw Doolittle. It's not like we're looking at it like, oh, that's Tony Stark. No, we're looking like, oh, that's Robert Downey Jr.
Why are you in this movie? It's bad.
Why are you in here? It's bad. Please move on to something
Stop
better.
making a dragon shit out armor.
Benedict Cumberbatch. I see Benedict Cumberbatch. When it comes to like all the Chris's, I see all the Chris's.
Yeah, it's Christmas.
So anyway,
back to Bleach.
Matt Mercer. So yeah, Matt Mercer plays the villain.
Oh, get to the
Sukumichi.
worst part of the show of this arc.
I'll get to it.
Get to the worst part.
First off, I'll go through some of the cool stuff. We get the group of the Fullbring group. Execution is what they're called.
No, it's execution.
Shut up, bitch. Execution is made up of characters I remember were obviously the main one, Ginjo. You've got the essentially worse Rukia, who's pink hair. You get Mr. Butler guy, Mr. Butler guy who was a bartender, looked like a butler,
Yep.
and so that was the thing that often
With a
bothered
really
me.
weird eye patch.
Every time I saw him, I thought he would serve somebody tea. No, he served them all alcohol. There was the video game nerd, who was just some
He's
blonde
playing a
kid who was
PSP.
just there. Yeah, he was just playing PSP the entire time. Then there's
I can't believe we circled back to the
hot chick.
PSP.
Yeah.
We like the PSP was a thing, it died, and then now we have the Nintendo Switch and the Steam Deck.
They were too early.
Too early.
Essentially, that's what it is. They were too early.
They could definitely bring it back.
They could.
They were competing with the DS.
Oh yeah, that's a mistake. I think
Yeah.
people are just like the Switch has been around long enough for them to bring in. That's why the Steam Deck came in, and like it kind of did it. But I think if Sony bring back the PSP, it would definitely work.
Yeah. But anyway,
How would they revamp it though? What would they do to make it special? Because the selling point of the Switch and the Steam Deck is that
make it so you can plug into PlayStation 5.
you would have to make it.
Make the Wii U, but for PlayStation.
You would have to make it a portable PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
You would have to do that.
Which would make it thick.
Which would make it huge, bulky, unless they figured out how to
Well, it's
do
pretty
that.
small technology. In all fairness, it's just
It would have to be all-
the main component that makes it harder is the fan that you have to cool down all the systems.
That
Right, so
is-
it would have to be like reduced components like the Switch.
Yeah,
it'd be
that
reduced
is-
components, yeah.
So it would be a worse PlayStation 5. It would be a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So,
Actually,
but
that's not bad. PlayStation 4 is still really good.
But that's the thing. I just realized that's what killed the Vita, is that it was all digital, so that it wouldn't it was the best case scenario for it. But they were so weird with it that's like you had to plug it into your PlayStation 4 and download the games from that. That like you couldn't own a PlayStation Vita without having a PlayStation 4.
Ah, that's weird.
It's like they had such a weird system for it. And it's like there were certain things that you could and couldn't do unless you had both of them.
Right.
So it's like if they were finally giving it its independence, that would probably be what would be the best thing for it.
Probably.
Yeah. So, there was
Weird
also,
tangent.
there was also the lesser Yoruichi of the group.
Oh yeah, it was a your
It was basically she was hot, but comparing her to Yoruichi, nothing.
Yoruichi's leagues ahead. The fact that
I
we
think the
remember
only-
her name.
Yeah, I don't remember her name, but Jackie. That's what her name was.
Look it up.
Okay.
You know it's his show Jinsu to get him involved.
Yeah. So anyway, I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
He's got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Get a better image, man. Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
It's literally just like it was like his attempt of making another Yoruichi.
She's a butterface.
Yeah, that's.
I like
one-
everything butterface.
Holy shit! I have never heard that. That
She's
is
a butterface.
That is amazing. Yeah, no, I'll say, yeah, no, her face. Also, her hair was bland. Like that's usually a thing for me in a lot of anime. They go crazy with the hair, and so when your hair is plain as day,
Yeah.
But so
Jinsu,
anyway.
that wasn't the character we were talking about. That was Nami and Luffy fucking.
Oh, nice.
That,
And here's Boa Hancock.
but that wasn't what I was doing either. Just because you said you guys were like, you know what to do to get him interested. So I was like, I should open up Instagram right now and see what pops up.
And see
Can
what
you
pops up.
imagine the first thing you see on Instagram is that character from Bleach? It's just like, let me get interested. Oh, there she is.
Oh, how do you know?
But anyway, I'll say, yeah, their powers respectively. Ginjo just has a big ass sword. He's got Excalibur essentially, which Mayhem definitely didn't like because of the handle in the blade.
Yeah, like the sword was cool, but then in the middle of Jinsu, it's like this. It's Jinsu.
Jinsu, real quick, you're
So,
gonna.
so
hate
he
this.
has a sword. So main guy, he's got sword, he's got long, but it's like thick. It's like all the way out to here.
Okay.
Now imagine in the middle of the blade right here is another handle.
Oh yeah, I know.
That is so
How do you
stupid.
feel about that? That kind of blade.
It feels like it's trying to be a horse cutter, but it's not.
But it's not. That's the issue, is that it completely negates it negates the guard.
Yeah, you need that extra handle if it's like huge. If the blade's fucking huge, then you need the leverage.
Then
for
just
it.
remake the fucking sword. That's my thing. It's just remake it.
And then you don't need a big sword unless you're literally fighting against like horsemen infantry.
War horses, yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way, the detail when I said worse Rukia, so I can mention her power. Her name is Riruka.
Yeah, that's how close of a character that she becomes. But
her entire thing is that she likes cute things and can turn you into a rabbit, stuff like that. Can turn you into a stuffed animal, stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's a cool power, but the issue is I don't like her.
Butler Bartender, his whole power was based on the god of time and making deals.
That it's like, you cannot leave this place for 30 minutes on the dot. If you leave before the 30 minutes is up, you will explode.
He's got an interesting power, and it does make me laugh towards the end, I'll be honest. Like, I can't wait to mention that.
He has the greatest death ever.
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 There was the video game dude, his whole thing was he had video game-based powers. He could throw you into a video game. That was it. And then
like
finally,
how you're trapped in this room right now, Jimsu? The way that we're trapping you in this room right now.
Like the younger Endul brother, or not the younger Darby brother.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's exactly what it is, honestly. But and the last one obviously was Jackie, who
Guys!
That's not the younger Darby's power. The younger Darby's power is he beats you in his style, and then he takes your soul.
yeah, he beats you in a video game, and then you're good.
Yeah, but that's only because he likes video games.
Well,
That's just understandable.
I was gonna say
If
like
I had
he made.
a
I was gonna
stand
say.
power-
I was gonna say for a second. I thought like he made the game, but was like no. It's just the customization in that old 80s video game is so damn good that you can make Star Platinum.
Yes.
Made me laugh
with a
so
fat
hard.
ass,
With a fat ass.
Remember what they took from you.
throwing a nasty pitch.
But
Nasty.
I was gonna say, Jackie, the last one, her power is called Dirty Boots.
Dirty boots.
And it's basically she wears a hot outfit and gets stronger the more her boots get dirty. The name is so damn literal. Yeah.
So she has like the really long boots. So it's like there's more surface area to get dirty.
Yeah. And then obviously the last one of this group technically would be like Ichigo and Chad.
Yeah.
Where Chad, obviously, he has his whole awesome Mexico powers, as I call them.
His Mexican powers.
Mexican powers, yeah. I was
Because
going to
he-
say, in all honesty, when it comes down to it, Chad is my favorite character because of the fact that he reps Mexico so damn hard.
He represents Mexico a lot, but it is unfortunate that Mexico feels more represented with Goku.
Because nothing will beat Goku.
Can he beat Goku? That's what people
Goku
say.
and Broly are true representatives of Mexico.
That's
yes.
what people mean when they say, can he beat Goku, is can they beat the hype that Goku brings.
Yeah. That's honestly what it is more. Because, like, the number of times you'll see, like, this person solos this verse. No, they solo in popularity.
Exactly.
It's like, Japan had a poll where it was, like, the strongest characters in anime. Levi was in the top 10!
Levi, a character that has nothing special about him except for the fact that he is able to use...
He's able to cut necks of giants real good. That's
Yeah.
it.
And fight people.
I was gonna say,
alright.
let's see him do that in One Punch Man.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Levi, I'm gonna take...
That would be so much fun. Watching Levi flying everywhere fighting Genos.
No, it's...
It'd be
there-
cool, but Levi's
an
blades would
animation-
immediately break against
I was
his
gonna say,
metal body.
That's why he would use different tools
He would use
of
the
the
gun.
time.
Use the gun.
There was an animator who made the most hilarious matchups I've ever seen, but the selling point was the fact that it was really good animation he was doing. It was Vegeta versus Eren.
In just his regular Attack Titan form.
Yeah, in his regular Attack Titan form, which looked cool. I will be honest, it looked cool. Vegeta fucking obliterates him. Like, even Saiyan Saga Vegeta fucking obliterates him. But there was that one, and the other one was Inosuke versus Bakugo. And everybody was like, God, this looks great! Also, Bakugo fucking destroys him!
Yeah, what the fuck does Inosuke do against Boom Boom Boom?
He runs at him and dies.
I was gonna say, that's all it was. Like, the end of the fight is Inosuke charging at Bakugo, and, like, the last shot is, like, that zoom in of, like, there's, like, that moment where he's, like, right about to fight, and it's like, okay, that's where Inosuke died.
Yep. That is the last moment that he remembers.
Bakugo's really smart, too. Like, his battle IQ is insane. And, like, he wouldn't even need to use it.
That's the thing, too. I just realized with you saying battle IQ, there needs to be more different types of characters with battle IQ. Like, Goku, like everybody always says that like Goku and like Luffy and so like
That's
those
the main
characters,
thing about-
like they have the
Luffy-
protagonist battle
Luffy,
IQ.
Luffy's emotionally intelligent, but he's he likes fighting because he grew up fighting and like he trained with Ace and Garp, but like
the personality paired with
When it
the battle
comes-
IQ.
When
Like
it
that
comes to
kind of stuff.
protagonists, that's basically one of the main points of a lot of shonen protagonists. Of they're very battle smart. They could be the biggest dumbasses everywhere else.
like oblivious idiots.
Yeah.
They're oblivious idiots. But when they start a fight, holy shit, are they gonna finish it?
But I will
There's-
say
there's 13 different ways to identify intelligence, or there are 13 different ways of, and there's 13 different variations of intelligence that everybody has to different levels.
A good example, honestly, of a character where the like actual intelligence is not there while the battle intelligence is through the fucking roof. Jujutsu Kaisen.
oh yeah.
Like, here's a little detail about Jujutsu Kaisen you don't have to think about. In most anime, when you have the like evil dark side of yourself, like with Sukuna in Jujutsu Kaisen, Itadori never uses that. Itadori asked once. He asked Sukuna to help him once in the show, and Sukuna literally told him, "Get fucked." So, throughout the entire series of Jujutsu Kaisen, there is not one point where he is dependent on Sukuna's power.
all
Where,
personal
like,
strength.
truly is, like, we're working together this time. None.
All
The
right.
only time when it gets even close is, like, towards the beginning. And even then, he does his own thing, Sukuna.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
With his own self-interest and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
so that means that throughout this entire time, every bit of Itadori fighting is his own battle intelligence. Like, that's the number one thing when it comes to most of these shonen protagonists. Of they are battle smart, not really normal smart for most of them.
I haven't watched much of Jujutsu Kaisen, but I've seen a clip of Gojo just completely railing a dude.
Yeah.
I
just
think you're on the
not
wrong
wrong.
site.
Just totally throwing hands. And like he's doing like
Wait,
70 different mix-ups.
Is it from the movie, I think? Where it's,
Was it-
it's
was
the
it
black
the-
guy, right?
Yeah, he's just
Oh
whooping
my
his
god!
ass.
That is such a good scene. No, the best part is the black guy. He comes in. He goes, "In my home country, they helped me to make these tools so that I can kill you, Gojo." And he goes, "I do not have the time for this." And so he runs up on him and just starts beating the
He's
fuck out of
comboing him.
him.
He's literally comboing him.
He fucking obliterates him with just hand-to-hand combat alone. And by the time he's done, out cold, leaves him. Just done.
The only other anime that has that type of animation with hand-to-hand combat is Naruto.
Yeah,
That-
the
that's good to know.
Sakuga, right?
Yeah, Sakuga animation,
Yeah.
where animators just go fucking crazy. Naruto has moments of having really god-awful animation, but like, holy fuck, sometimes they just...
It's early on that they have bad animation. Like, when it comes to Naruto specifically,
Yeah.
it's early on. Boruto, oh,
That's where we'll leave that.
yeah.
Just Jitsu hands me the 13 ways of identifying smartness, and and then tries to take his phone back, and I'm just like, no, I'm gonna roll with this. We got intrapersonal, understanding yourself, what you feel, what you want. All right.
Yeah, so that's what Goku's bad at.
Oh, there we go. That's what we'll do. We'll find the one with the worst of each one.
Yeah.
Spatial, visualizing the world in 3D.
That's so like people.
Zoro, yeah.
No. He I think already he has good spatial awareness, but he, like it's a what's the word?
Where the fuck am I?
It's a narrow vision.
Tunnel vision.
No. Narrow. It's narrow like fuck is it?
What's
Just around himself, like
Yeah, just around
basically.
himself, but like on a bigger scale, he can't see shit. Like
Yeah.
he can't. He has no understanding.
Where am I?
Naturalist, understanding living things and reading nature. Who's bad with nature?
Who's bad with nature?
Yeah.
Wait,
Who
explain,
complete
what is it again?
naturalist, understanding living things and reading nature. Understanding living things. So not necessarily other people, but like animals,
Animals, trees.
trees.
Oh, got it. Senku from Dr. Stone.
It's just completely rips up the ground.
He literally brought capitalism back to the world.
He brought capitalism back to a world without humans.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
The-
Can't
the-
wait to show you, Dr. Stone.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Dr. Stone's gonna be a very fun one to watch.
I know.
in
I
the
know.
future.
It's really. The guy is supposed to be like super smart, and his hair is based off of leaks.
There are clips that go around of the animators when they're making the show. They actually recreate the science just to make sure they're getting it right.
That's what you should do.
Yeah. If they do it the correct
Like
way. Yeah.
to make sure they're also animating it the right way.
Musical, discerning sounds, their pitch, tone, rhythm, and timbre.
Timber.
Mignon,
Timber.
mignon.
Yeah. Being able to sing, being able to. Some people are really good. Like they can hear a song and then they'll just play it.
Yeah. So what's a character that's bad with music? Probably all of them.
Luffy.
Definitely Luffy.
In all fairness,
Yeah.
English Luffy.
Logical, mathematical, quantifying things, making hypotheses, and proving them.
All of them.
All of them.
Every single one of them.
Actually, wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. Sometimes they whipping out the maths, and like can fucking.
The geometry of shooting something in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing, yeah.
Jotaro wrote a thesis on a starfish he once saw on a beach in Morio
And it got him his PhD.
Hell yeah.
in marine biology.
Existential, tackling the questions of why we live and why we die. That's not Duke.
Yeah. Who's bad at that? Who would be bad at that?
Who's bad at
What is the
understanding
description again?
tackling the questions of why we live and why we die?
You know what? I'm gonna say Goku
No,
No, that-
Goku has
or
it.
anybody in Dragon Ball.
No, Goku.
Because the concept
Krillin!
of death has no meaning anymore.
Okay, but
Okay.
Goku has the Goku sacrifices himself for the life of others. He knows why he should die.
Okay.
He knows why he should stay dead, and he knows why he should live.
Oh God! Interpersonal, sensing people's feelings and motives.
Oh, that's what I meant by Goku was bad. Goku's bad at that Goku was bad at that because he thought Gohan liked fighting as much as him, but he didn't.
Linguistic, finding the right words to express what you mean.
Both of you,
Hell yeah.
and also understanding other languages.
Yeah. Actually, no, it doesn't say that.
I do want to learn Japanese.
Then learn it.
I do want to learn German.
Get Duolingo on your phone, like Japanese.
Oh, it's on the phone?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I literally have it on my phone.
Literally do not have your phone unless I have it.
Hey, so Bleach. Should we head back to Bleach?
Go.
now?
Yes. So
Okay,
Ichigo.
so let me mention of basically what happens is after all these different people have been attacked, I think it was Sukauchi. No, right? Was it Sukauchi? Ma'am.
So
Gauchi?
The bad guy.
it's something like that. It's
I think
like
it was Ginjo or something.
it's TSA something.
Bleach Sukauchi, I think it was. Tsukishima? No.
So, yeah.
It was Tsukishima, yeah. Shukuro Tsukishima. Okay, Tsukishima basically turns out his power is that he can alter the memories of people. And so he uses that power on a bunch of different people, including Orihime, Chad, bunch of them. And at first, it's basically like making it so that no one can talk about him. Up until, okay, we get Ichigo mastering his power. It starts off with basically the explanation of what he needs to do is he needs to channel the power through something that is meaningful to him, his soul badge. And what he needs to do is he needs to have something he has pride in. And so Chad, it's a very cool moment of Chad asking the question, from your time as a Soul Reaper, what was a moment you were proud of? And Ichigo yells out, all of it! Every last second as a Soul Reaper. I was proud of it all. And that's when he awakens his power. At first, it's
I'm
like,
not afraid anymore. I'm not ashamed anymore.
I'm a Soul Reaper and I'm proud. I'm a Soul Reaper and I'm proud. Is that what he calls it?
that's Rukia.
Can you imagine just Squidward with the Rukia guy?
That's Byakuya, yeah.
Byakuya is Squidward going,
Is that what he calls it?
Is that what he calls it?
But I'll say the way his power evolves over time. So the first form he gets is he gets his swastika powers.
Yeah.
Where it turns into a big old it's
Swastika.
like the really dumb giant shurikens that Naruto does.
The windmill shurikens?
The windmill shurikens, I hate to say it, it's so goddamn stupid but funny. And it's really like that. And he's trying to figure out, he tosses it at a bad guy and it's like, well, that didn't work. Let me keep trying. And so eventually he realizes he could just shoot it using Getsuga Tensho.
It's like when you pick something up in like a fighting in like Smash Brothers and you're like, I don't know what this item does. Ah! You just throw it.
You're trying to figure out what the weapon does. It's like, okay, this looks like a sword. Do I swing it? No. Do I stab? No. Bang! What the fuck?
This is a gun.
Why would he Getsuga Tensho? Wasn't that one of his Shinigami powers?
Yes. Because all of his Fullbringer powers are essentially tapping into his Soul Reaper powers. That's what it is.
That are gone?
Yes. It turns out that it's like he's still born basically a Soul Reaper, in all fairness. Like, that's his entire thing. His dad was a Soul Reaper. He is born Soul Reaper. So, there's that whole thing for him. But, what ends up happening is, he gets an evolution of his power, and after evolving his power, it makes it so that he now has, like, this spectral Shinigami cloak.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, I guess you got that. And, like, Chad mentions, his power this whole time is, basically, it's worn around him, is the explanation of it.
Yeah,
Like,
and
he wears it around him, and so it's more part of him.
if you had a power to like cover
It was
yourself,
a plot point!
if you have a power to like cover yourself with something, would you ever wear clothes again?
I'd be dick out all the time.
Oh shit.
It's so
It's like
so
the
unfortunate when I was in the middle of battle and then I unsheathed.
it's like in One Piece the mafia guy with the castle fruit. It's like, oh, take back the drawbridge or whatever the term is. Like, not lower the drawbridge, rise the drawbridge.
Raise the drawbridge!
Shit. Jinzu, why is that bear looking at you that way?
Because he's talking
Okay.
in Japanese.
Okay.
Let's hear what he says to say. Turn it up. Turn it up. Just turn it all the way up. Turn it all the way up. I don't care. Have it say it again.
I might.
How dare you? I take offense to that.
But was gonna say, okay, as a small little joke, I gotta ask, if Mr. Mafia meets a girl, does he just have to kick everybody out of the castle for a night?
Yes. No. Batter down the hatches!
Batter down the hatches! Well, real quick, can you imagine how horrifying that would be for the woman of like oh man, this is so good, and then suddenly you just see his chest. Oh man!
Yeah, someone peeks.
someone goes snap.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine just how horrifying that'd be? Of you're with somebody and then it's like, yeah, this is so great, and then their stomach opens up for a second and you see somebody with a camera just take a picture.
Yes, that's the number 5, Jinsu.
No, it's not.
And the worst part is, all I see now is JoJo with like part 6, where it's like the bird taking off its head and grabbing a piece of food.
Ugh.
That's all I see.
Why is part 5 so freaking weird? No,
part
part
5 or
6.
Part 6.
Part 6.
Yeah.
Why is part 6
It's
so weird?
Florida.
That is not an excuse.
Yes, it is.
It's an understanding.
Literally, the entire plot point is when you're in Florida, you achieve heaven.
I'm gonna go throw up.
Anyway, so we get that evolution of his power. He fights. Gotta pop up the name again. Tsukishima. Well, it's because it's one of those names, the Japanese names, where I hear it so often, the Suki something, and it gets too much. It's the only reason I remember Riruka is because of how close it is to Rukia.
Yeah. All right. I think it's time we finally talk about it.
So after their fight, they split off. They go off do their own thing. and Ichigo heads home. What does he see when he gets home? He sees Tsukishima claiming to be his cousin to his sisters, and his sisters are like, yeah, our cousin's back. I know we haven't seen him in ages, but here he is.
Here he is.
He's visiting.
And he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and
The
Ichigo's
next
just like, what did you do?
5 episodes! The next 5 episodes
Can you tell Duke
are
didn't
the
like it?
Gaslight arc!
It's heavily gaslighting Ichigo, and just him being like, oh, you...
Punches Tsukishima.
You need to apologize to Tsukishima.
And even Chad and Orihime are just like, oh, yeah, so Tsukishima, he's our good friends. Tsukishima, his power is to basically rewrite the past and take over someone's, like, perception of him.
Put himself into your history, which gets so irritating when you have the classic trope scene where there's shit like he punches Tsukishima because he's taken over all his friends, and then you have the tomboy girl that everybody loves, hell yeah, where she just looks at Ichigo like,
Ichigo, you need to apologize to him right now.
The guy who's been in our
You
lives
need to apologize
the whole
to our
time.
best friend. Your cousin, our best friend.
We love him so much.
and like the person he goes to
Imagine being
try to
gaslighted
fix
that
this.
yeah.
He tries to calm down by going to his boss's house, and like first off, she's great once again hell yeah, her every day, fuck yeah, she's the reason I got into Bleach, hell yeah. So I had a friend who was really into Bleach, and his selling point to me was, here she is.
That kind of worked with me, but not for that character.
Oh, we have
But-
spaghetti, by the way.
But here's the thing, Jinsu, what does Tsukishima do to Orihime and Chad?
He replaces himself with the important men in their lives. Like, he replaces himself with Orihime's brother.
Brother!
And with Chad's grandpa.
Yeah! Holy shit!
That's the only thing I know about what he did.
That's like the only one that really, like, they explain exactly instead of just cousin or friend. There it is.
Yeah, Ichigo's boss, here she is.
There she is.
Oh, her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. But
There's like one thing that like she does when she like saves Ichigo from all the other people
Come
because
here.
she doesn't know. Like she does, yeah. She has him rest his head on her, and it's just
in her booba.
and he's just like, and it's very much like a what's about to happen situation. But then it's like, oh no.
No, you're sitting there. What's about to happen to me? I'm sitting there. Greatest day ever.
I'm like, what?
No, it should have been me.
What
not
re-
him. Me.
Is this the reference
not
that
fair.
was Chainsaw Man making a reference?
No, Chainsaw Man was making a reference to Evangelion. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh my god, Jinsu, have you seen this term online be used unironically? Adult woman fetish.
Yeah, I've seen that.
No.
Adult woman fetish.
What other fetish would there be then?
Where's the count? What other point?
How is
like,
that a fetish?
How is it a thing?
I don't like it.
Adult woman fetish. Dude, it's
All they had to do
it's
was
so
just
funny. It's so fucking funny.
it outs them immediately. Where it's just
Yeah.
like, huh?
Wait, then if you don't have that, then what do you have?
Yeah, what's the thing that you call normal?
Yeah. Or it's like did you just say I have an adult woman fetish?
That I'd like women who are adults.
And legal.
And legal.
So anyway,
With big booba.
and
And
big booba neuron activation.
big booba, and they have money so they can work out, so they also have big booty.
Neuron activation. Anyway, so after this gaslight arc, we had all these people are against him. There's even a moment which is just heartbreaking where his boss, after that moment,
immediately
gets
brainwashed.
the brainwash from Tsukishima, and so
Come back home, Ichigo.
come back home, Ichigo. He runs off, goes to Ginjo. Ginjo is just like, yeah, no, he went for execution members. We're fucked. We gotta do this, and so they work together, and it's like, we're gonna fight Tsukishima.
We're gonna
We got
storm
this.
his mansion and kill everyone inside. Actually, everybody's my friend. We're not gonna kill everyone
We're
inside.
gonna go in and we're gonna beat the shit out of him. So he goes off. They go to have a fight, and basically leads to Tsukishima separates from the group and starts fighting Ichigo, while Ginjo fights all the other Fullbringers. It lasts a while up until suddenly Ginjo runs off to help out Ichigo and gets slashed. And it's like, oh no, he's going to be mind controlled. He doesn't get mind controlled. It's like, what the hell is going on? And that's about around the time when we get the reveal that this entire time Ginjo was the bad guy. In fact, at the beginning of the season, Uryu was stabbed, and we thought it was from Tsukishima. No! It was Ginjo all along!
It was actually the guy that is in charge of a group called Execution.
Executed that plan poorly. But that all happens, and so it's like, it was me, Barry. I fucked your mom.
It's so much of a gaslighting situation that it's just like Ichigo gets isolated even more, like now so much more even after being isolated from his Soul Reaper powers.
It was me, Barry. I gaslit you in high school to make it so you wouldn't go to college.
Yeah.
It was me, Barry. I was the army recruiter.
It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at light speed so it looked like you came at the touch of a woman. I'm not gay at all.
Can you imagine just that situation, just like seeing it from Reverse Flash's situation where he's just like, there he is, goes in.
I remember there was a video out there. There was a great video out there where it was me, Barry. I had sex with you to do this.
In
order to be the one that took your virginity.
Goes, wow, that sounds really gay.
Yes.
Okay, I went back in time and stopped myself.
I went back in time and shot myself in the head before I could do it.
It was the only way. If you're listening to this now, we finally just I finally just finished a Duke rant, and I've absolutely cut it all out. Just kidding. It's about 50-50 is staying in, I will admit.
I can only very shittily sing the Doom soundtrack so we don't get copyrighted.
It's just dun it.
Yeah.
So it's revealed that Ginjo is actually the real leader. Is the real bad guy, and he forgot that he was the bad guy, but then when he got hit again, he remembered. Like, it's that sort of thing. It's like a reverse psychology sort of thing.
Yeah, I love it when villains have amnesia. I'm okay with villains having amnesia. I really think it's annoying when the main character is like some sleeper agent with amnesia. But when the villain is the dude, and it's like, oh fuck, don't let him come back. I think that makes a lot more.
It definitely does. Do you prefer a redeemed villain or an amnesia villain? Like fighting with
amnesia sucks.
With fighting with the heroes. To fight a bigger threat.
I think it depends on the context and the way you build up the story.
Okay.
But both are good. Both are really good. Zuko's is an example of a really good redeemed villain.
Yeah.
I guess you can count Iroh in that too, but we never see him as a villain. I guess. But
we only see him just laughing at the destruction of the wall at Ba Sing Se. It's like the worst thing that we've seen him do.
He also jokes about killing everybody, but
he jokes about it. Doesn't do it. We don't see it.
I feel
so it's a really awesome fight.
The entire time we had in the background Urahara and Ichigo's dad were doing some shit, and we got to see that Rukia was involved, and so Rukia comes in apparently, like basically Urahara and Ichigo's dad are behind him. And
we support you.
Just the only time in the entire series where Ichigo cries, by the way. This is legitimately his only time of crying. Where he's crying because every one of his friends are against him.
And Ginjo took his powers and all that kind of shit. He's back to square one
so he turns
and nothing.
He turns around, sees his dad and Urahara. He's like, you guys against me too? And he gets stabbed in the back. You're against me. He's like, I'm not holding the sword, you dumbass. Turn around. And he turns around, and it's Rukia is starting to materialize, and it's like, yeah, I got your bag. Don't worry, boy.
I got to stab you.
And then she smacks him in the face, and just like, why are you crying, bitch?
You got soul reaping to do, bitch.
Like, as soon as Rukia shows up, it's great again.
She does that, and what ends up happening is, it turns out, they put a bunch of Soul Reaper powers into a blade and used it to give Ichigo his powers back.
They
essentially.
turned
they-
into
like,
a
awaken
battery.
his powers
They
again.
they got a giant syringe full of testosterone and they pumped his ass with it.
And
Yeah.
Considering
Hair
what
going
happens
on his
next,
chest.
you're not wrong. Because then the gates open up to the Soul Society, and you see the people that also prominently gave him powers. It is Byakuya, it is Renji, Kenpachi, and it was 2 lieutenant guys. What was it? Or no, lieutenant and Hitsugaya
Was
is
your-
the ice guy, right?
Yeah, it's a guy.
it's a guy
And
and
Toshiro-
the bald
Toshiro.
guy.
The bald guy,
Ikaku or
Ikaku.
Yeah.
And it's like, you see those 5, it's just like,
Yeah! The boys are back in town!
Yoruichi's not in that?
oh no, Yoruichi, she's off doing something else. She was in,
She
like,
wasn't
by the end
there.
of the show, she's in cat form with Urahara.
Yeah, that's why we waited so long to tell you, Jinsu, that Yoruichi, we don't get to see her at all in this new updated form.
Don't worry, Urahara is hanging with the pussy.
And don't worry,
What,
Hitsuga-
her
I
in her
like-
cat form? No.
I like women, not pussy.
Big difference.
Not pussycat.
But,
Tom and Jerry.
so, basically, we see all of them pop up, and now we get a massive fight between
Execution.
Execution and all the people from Soul Society.
And here's the thing: is that the other members of Execution are just like, Ginjo, what the fuck? You took all of Ichigo's powers, but you said that we can have some too. And you're just like, okay, and he just boosts them up to like another like elevated form. And as soon as that happens,
Now they can all wear it. Now they can all wear their power.
yeah, and after
What?
that happens,
Yeah.
yeah, they wear their power.
What are you talking about?
Remember how I
Execution.
mentioned earlier, probably not, where Ichigo wears his power?
And I made the drawbridge.
So, they decided to say that that's the ultimate kind of power, wearing it.
Right.
My ultimate power, I wear my cock.
My ultimate
You wear what?
Scraggy.
has like the
Scraggy.
blow up
It's literally
suit.
Scraggy.
No!
It's literally
Oh,
Scraggy.
God, no!
Scraggy from Pokemon.
The foreskin.
The foreskin Pokemon.
Scraggy, the foreskin Pokemon.
I still
this
say-
Pokemon wears the scrapped remains of its penis.
Of
And it
its
wears it as a
circumcision.
clothes.
I will say I like Scraggy more than its evolution.
Scrappy.
Yeah.
I did not.
Scrafty, the extra large penis Pokemon.
The thing that threw me off the most about Scraggy and Scrafty is that they're fighting dark.
Fighting dark.
That motherfucker looks
This
like a normal
Pokemon
type.
does not have a
Yeah.
tail. That is its penis.
That motherfucker looks like a normal water type or some shit, or like the I don't know, make him a ground type, like a little hog.
But, so, what ends up happening is they get the fight. I'm gonna list the fight and the results of each bout, okay?
Well, we'll say the
'Cause
the
holy
best
shit.
one. Do
Do you want me to save the best one for last?
No, say it immediately.
Okay.
Right now.
Kenpachi versus the fucking butler bartender.
Because the butler is like at first when he's not
Very
powered up,
fun.
he's fine
Very
and he's
fun.
very reserved and all that kind of stuff. Then as soon as Ginjo gives him the power, he's super bombastic and prideful and all this kind of shit. And you know who likes that shit? Kenpachi.
He doesn't like that shit, actually. Literally, specifically, he does not like that shit. When you're boastful but weak, he considers you a bitch.
That's because that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
But so they like last second Kenpachi turns to Byakuya who's about to, because they all get put into like their own little fighting arenas thanks to the video game guy. They get put in their own like arenas that they gotta fight, and the only way that they can escape it is someone being killed in there. And Kenpachi turns to
goes in with
Byakuya,
Tsukishima.
and Kenpachi's just like, "Hold on, your guy looks stronger." No.
You don't think I look strong? Fine. How about this? And he uses his power. I found out the more simple my bargain is, the more power I get. So I merely asked for ultimate power to be the strongest. And he grows into a giant monster. This probably suits your fancy, doesn't it? I really don't care. Gone.
One hit.
Slash. He's dead.
Kenpachi gets one hit on the guy, on the butler, and instantly kills him.
Instant. It's the
And
funniest thing ever.
like everything just cuts back, and like he gets sent immediately back to the regular place, and he's just like,
I'm gonna go home. And then his lieutenant, what was her name? I forget her name, but she's just like, nope, you're not going. We made a promise. Ugh.
I have
Wait,
to
so
literally just stand there.
so his power is that the simpler his bargain is, the more powerful he gets, and he made a ridiculous bargain,
Oh, just I want to
And
be
he's
as
surprised-
strong as possible.
and is surprised that he got one shot.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Writing.
So yeah,
And then next we get Renji versus Dirty Boots, which is actually a pretty even fight.
pretty
And
even, and then she explodes.
Then she, like, because he comes out on top, but he doesn't kill her. But the only way they can leave is by someone dying. So she sacrifices herself, and Renji sacrifices because she looks awesome, and the creator liked her tits. so that's just the, like, instantly solved. Good. Byakuya and Tsukishima, they have a really good fight.
They have a really good fight where it's like just going off of like I've read your memories so many times. I've done this. I know all your powers, and so he just keeps going. Jesus Christ.
That was the images you looked up.
It's still good. But so he's like, I know your safe area. If I just stay in your safe area, then I'll be fine. And he's like, okay. It just stabs him in his safe area. I don't like that. I don't like that. And he's just like, look, your power's gone. I can still mess you up. And he goes, okay. And he goes like this. He puts his hand out towards him. And he's like, he's about to unleash his power. And just blast a hole through his chest.
Byakuya is just like, you very obviously misinterpreted my power. Like, just by, like, visual cues alone, you think that you got me? No, bitch.
I haven't even started.
The uber instincts of my uber autism.
Observe.
And it's just Byakuya's just a million flower petals of blades.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so next we get the bald guy versus...
Yeah, it was bald guy versus a character that was so nothing that I decided not to mention him. There's a character whose entire thing was he was the student of Tsukishima, and his power is that he's basically able to roulette wheel power.
That, like, when he punches, like, just like a regular punch, like what I just did right there to you, Jinsu, it's either you felt as if I hit you with full force, or it felt like I just hit you with a car.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's his power, which is actually a very interesting power. The only problem
made it
is
funny when he kept punching, and that's the reveal that the more he does it, the less good results he gets.
the less energy he has, so the less
It's
good
literally
results.
just car.
Interesting.
That's
It's a stockpile.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
stockpile
And
ability.
so, like, he was very, like, liberal with using it and his power, and the ball guy, and, like, so he kept up and ended up punching trees over and over again, and the ball guy was just like, this guy's an idiot.
It even better is the fact that, like, by the end, the bald guy's just Ikaku she's just like, okay, you know what, I'm into it. Throws his sword, let's fucking go, and they start punching the shit out of each other. And, like, every so often it's like car hitting him, but by the end of it he's just like, let's end this. Bam, gone.
Headbutt, dead.
It's just obliterates him. He's done. So they leave. And next fight was Rukia versus Riruka. I hate that.
No, but it is probably one of my favorite fights that they did, because you know what? So the enemy girl against Rukia, Jinsu, what her power is to make things cute. She likes cute things. So her arena is very themed. Riruka's arena is themed around her.
Okay.
It's everything cute all around her. The problem is that Rukia also finds the stuffed animals and things cute. She likes stuffed animals.
She likes cute things too.
Yeah. So there's literally a moment where she's just like, I'm not going to be your friend and I'm totally not distracted, while she has like a ton of stuffed animals in her arms. And by the end, Rukia gets turned into a stuffed animal and has to like think of a way to outsmart her and all that kind of
Wait,
shit.
this bitch is hot.
But here's the thing,
Damn!
Jinsu. But here's the thing, Jinsu. When you hear her talk and get stupid and like make stupid requests and say stupid things, you don't like her.
I'm not into you. Into you.
But yes, I will admit
She kind of hot.
there is an approval.
The red
there.
hair is.
That's like magenta.
The joke I made is that for Mayhem, it's a lesser Perona. For you, it's a better Perona.
Yeah. Cause I hate Perona. I think she's annoying.
Yeah, you hate Perona. He loves Perona.
I like
love
Perona.
Perona.
Wait, yeah,
I know you don't like that
and-
face. I like that face.
And then the final fight is Hitsugori?
Uh,
Hitsugiri?
Hitsugaya?
Hitsugaya.
Yeah,
Hitsugaya.
Hitsugaya versus the video game kid. It's so funny of just like it's a reminder. He's a captain. Cause he doesn't have any struggle with it. He just runs up to him and just like, you know,
He puts
I'm
him in
just
like a
going to-
Pac-Man
I'm just
maze.
going to ignore. I'm just going to ignore all your video game shit, and I'm going to use my power. And he just freezes him. It's like, okay, release everybody else, or else I'll just kill you.
Yeah, he tries putting him into a Pac-Man maze, and he just breaks down the walls.
God damn it.
It's like, I don't understand this. Why? I don't care.
It's hilarious.
And
love-
it's so damn funny. Hitsugai is fucking great.
I love his Shikai's name. Hyoin Maru.
I like his
Oh, yeah.
lieutenant.
I also like his lieutenant.
I
Yeah.
also like both his lieutenants.
But yeah, so that's just the main fight, and then obviously it's Ichigo and Ginjo going against each other, and obviously, can you take a guess what happens, Jinsu? Can you take a guess what happens at the end of the fight?
They win.
Ichigo wins. Yeah.
Okay, I'll say this: Ichigo's fight was probably one of the best parts of this arc.
It was
because
animated
basically
very well,
he
but
teams
very
up-
quick.
Oh my god. He teams up with Uryu. They have a whole bout in the world that they were separated in. Until Ichigo decides to do one-on-one and goes Bankai and destroys the pocket dimension.
Yep.
So he releases them from that. And as Ichigo is in his Bankai form, gets ready to fight him, Ginjo goes Bankai, gets white hair, looks awesome, and
Basically, he
now
turns
we
into Aizen 2.0.
you know what? Fucking, I'm gonna pop up the fight for you, Genzu. In the
If-
middle of recording, I'm popping up the fight.
It's very quick. It's very surprisingly quick. That as soon as Ichigo gets full powered up, he just blitzes him. There you go.
Oh, it's one of those ones where it skips. I'm gonna get that final moment.
Wait, hold on. I want to see this. I want to see the scene where he gets stabbed and he's like, "Why'd you stab me?" And then they're like, "Dumbass."
Yeah. That's really where it is.
Dad? Hi, Dio. Honestly, the skip ahead is exactly what we need.
I feel this sort with estrogen, so now you're a woman.
That's how it works! Look at that dumbass sword!
Ichigo, no, it's Transigo.
It's Ichigo, but he's a girl now.
Ichi gender.
Ichigo, but the girl version. Someone made a parody of that.
Fem Ichigo is where he bunked. They're in the box. They're in the game cartridge.
What's in the fucking box?
Like no one else was
Nothing.
able to break. No one else was able to break it. I forgot about this.
Why?
I don't know why they did that.
You don't need a close up like that with his teeth.
There we go.
Oh, here, let's get this Bankai.
That's something real fast. I'm gonna say. He already did it. He already bankai'd.
No, I'm trying to show it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, go backwards. But while you're finding that, I just want to say the term substitute Soul Reaper. It sounds like you're a weak person, but no, it actually makes you the strongest.
Here, it's, no, it didn't show it. It didn't.
Gay.
No, go.
It won't show it.
It cut the clip.
Boom. The Japanese
There it
words.
is.
Boom. Oh, there's sound muted, VOD muted. Like, look, like it's Aizen 2.0. And Ichigo's got his evil power.
His black gets a good tensha. Is that a Sero?
Probably.
Probably.
Ichigo just says, bitch. Breaks it.
Breaks it with his...
Because his Bankai now has the sword breaker shit on the back. And that was it.
Like, okay. This gives me a chance to say, of all animated fights in Bleach, this is probably my favorite. Like, it's simple, but it is one of the best animated fights in original Bleach fucking ever.
I like his fight with Byakuya the most.
That's a great fight, but it also has a lot because it also has a lot of emotion tied to it. But this fight, animation-wise, holy shit! One of the clips they cut from that fight was there's this one scene where you see Ginjo getting cut, and as he gets cut, you see the blood fly from his face, and as it's flying off, you see it suddenly land on Ichigo's face.
Yeah.
Like in one continuous shot.
In a continuous shot, yeah.
It is
We are blood
so
brothers.
damn good. Once again, the Bankai of Ginjo looked really cool, where it had the white hair. It was kind of like Aizen's form at the end, but we get this whole fight. Ichigo beats him, kills him, and that's essentially the end of like all of execution. Riruka apparently during her fight hid away in Rukia,
Yeah, she just left.
burst out and tries to save Ichigo from Tsukishima, who was trying to cut him, like just normal cut him, and so she gets hurt but not dead. Tsukishima goes off and dies. Everybody goes off, does their own thing, and Ichigo goes to Soul Society, basically says, "I'm still working with you guys. Just only thing I'm asking for, give me Ginjo's body so I can bury him in the world of living."
You're asking us to pardon him! Jinsu, is this a spoiler?
Probably.
What is
No.
this? What is this?
These are the Zanpakuto spirits. So you know how you meet
Oh yeah, that's
Zangetsu?
right. When you see Zanpakuto So Spirits, that was only in a filler arc.
Yeah, that was in a filler arc.
Ah,
So
It was-
we skipped that arc.
so I
So it's like
There are some cool ones.
semi-spoilers.
so it's just
donut
it's,
hole spoilers.
yeah. Yeah. So
Look at Senbun Sakura though.
Ginjo said poses the question to Ichigo that if since I was the if you were the first substitute Soul Reaper, would our positions be switched? Would I become the good guy Victor if you were just born first?
Yeah.
Like that's the question he poses, and Ichigo just
He says, "Get wrecked, lol."
yeah, which in actuality it's like maybe, but here's the thing: you're the bad guy. Die.
He dies, and there we have it. That's basically it. Of like, he even says, like Ichigo ends it off with the final phrase, "See you later," and that is end of Bleach.
The Fullbring.
Holy shit, we're actually done. No, full on Bleach. Like begin original series. That's the end.
Done. Now you guys are gonna get on the 1,000-year Blood War arc.
Yeah.
Now I have to wait
Anyway.
12 years.
That's Renji's sword.
So from what we
I
told
like
you,
it.
I was gonna
I
say.
think you mean you like half of it.
That half of it.
I was gonna say anyway.
Bad half of it.
Oh, that. Oh.
Jinzu.
I did not even know that was another
Bad half
person.
of it.
I didn't even know there was another person standing there.
That's the monkey.
I didn't know what that meant.
But anyway, Jinzu, I'll ask you first. You had heard things about Fullbring, and we just told you a bunch of details about Fullbring. What did
told you
think
everything.
What did you think of from what you heard of Fullbring? Like, does it sound as bad as you've heard?
No, it actually doesn't.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
It's another case of it's different enough from the formula that the people who like the formula, which does end up being a majority, don't like it.
Yeah.
Like the formula of large group of enemies with their own realm and stuff like that they have to storm and go in and fight and this and that and
right.
and then the person knows Ichigo new
East to
Ichigo
go, yeah.
Ichigo.
East to go.
It's the go.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's a
by the
bunch
way,
of
do you
that.
know what Ichigo actually means?
Bitchigo,
Strawberry.
strawberry.
Yeah. So there's a video out there where it's
All right, strawberry.
it's the voice
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Ichigo. What's his name? Shit, I love this voice actor. What's his name?
Jun Bosch.
Oh, yeah. Something Bosch. Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch.
Jun Bosch.
Yeah, Johnny Young Bosch. He was.
Get fucked! I
he
remembered
was
some of it.
Yeah. In a video, he was. It was him, the voice of Naruto. Carrie Flanagan, right, or something like that.
Maybe.
Something Flanagan, and it was some other voice actor. I don't remember who she was though. And basically it was like, okay, we're doing this whole game where it's like you reach in and you feel something and you try to guess what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Reach into the box and feel something. Like, how they always make it really freaky. For Naruto's voice actress, they had a fucking bowl of ramen. And so it's like, worms, I hate this. Worms, ramen, you got it. I hate this. Meanwhile,
Ichigo's so Ichigo Kurosaki. Kurosaki literally means dark destination.
Yeah.
Strawberry Dark Destination.
And then Ichigo has two different meanings. There's the word for strawberry, and then
Henry.
No matter what translation is going to be, I still find it funny the idea that it is Dark Destination Strawberry.
Ichigo comes from the ancient Japanese proverb Ichigo Ichie, literally meaning one lifetime, one encounter. Yeah.
So YOLO cape.
YOLO Cape?
It depends on if you use...
YOLO Cape. Is that what you just summarized it all as?
Yeah.
YOLO Cape.
Yeah.
You absolute fuck.
Yeah.
You absolute fuckhead of a man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How dare you quantify me?
what did you guys think of the story?
I liked it. I always like it when a show has something a little bit different that that allows the animators and the story and the author to be a little bit more out there.
This feels like the Skypiea of Bleach.
Yeah.
Like, plenty of people are gonna skip it, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Ichigo also means best guardian, the one guardian.
Strawberry Guardian.
Of the galaxy?
Ichigo is a Japanese word for strawberry, but the name can also mean one/best guardian as a male name from Ichi one and Go guardian. Also the Japanese word for strawberry, which would be the feminine form. Ichigo is a name in the manga and anime, blah blah blah. Okay. Why is Ichigo from Bleach named Strawberry?
I can now say of like this is a definitive of like all the story of Bleach up until Thousand Year Blood War, essentially. What do you guys think of the story of Bleach and the characters of Bleach?
Bleach is
I like
definitely in its own category of
Best
the big
female
three.
cast.
I agree. Honestly, I do agree.
Best female cast.
Except for
arguably.
Orihime's dumb assness.
No one asked you. Shut up.
She's not a dumbass. She's just an airhead.
I prefer it when she's depressed.
Whoa.
You
Mentally-
like your girls like you like your girls emo on the brink.
mentally sick but physically thick.
Yeah! I need that on a shirt.
And Orihime is just on the front of it getting slapped.
That's so funny.
Specifically, the shot of her getting slapped.
I saw a girl in Walmart with like dyed hair, and she had a fat ass. And my friend and I looked at each other. We did the smile, and then when we got to our car, we started joking about it. And I was like, "That's when I said mentally sick but physically thick."
Where she will literally kill you in your sleep.
With her thighs,
Let me get.
It will be worth it, but you will also be dead.
and not awake to experience it.
It will not be enjoyable. Because you'll be dead.
This is the front of the shirt.
That's so fucking funny.
Zahanda!
That's so fucking funny. What is this?
Somebody pointed out that there's at least 3 moments like that throughout all of Bleach.
It's always through the tits.
Like even when she like went to hug her brother, just her brother.
Come on, his mouth is huge. Come on.
But then there's the hand, and then there's the.
Oh, that's what it.
Whose hand is that?
Yorishi.
Okay.
Thank you, Yoroichi.
And then there's the stab that happens in the show.
Yeah, that was through the tit.
Yeah.
I think it was like supposed to be like through the heart or whatever.
It looks like it's through the heart. That's where it would be in the body.
I stab you through the heart, my titty!
Shot through the heart.
Shot through the tit, and you're to blame.
My heart was able to dodge it. How? I've got a lot of space.
You give titties a bad name.
You give everyone else's titties a bad name because you have such great
That's
ones.
the front of your shirt, though.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Is that with like what you said?
Mentally sick, but physically thick. Oh my god, that's too good. Like I can't like get past that anymore. But it's Orihime and then Robin falling down the stairs. Hell yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, it's that shot of Orihime and then the shot of Robin when she fell down the stairs.
I like. By the way, I do find it funny how the second in command of the White Mages is canonically thick.
In filler.
Canonically. You know why? Because there's there's canon illustrations by Kubo.
He has a type. Attractive.
You think he doesn't? Favorite moment in the franchise up until Thousand Year Blood War? That'll be the first question.
Yoroichi's reveal.
Fair enough?
Yeah. Favorite moment?
Yeah.
I think when one of the first Vasta Lordes shows up.
Similar for me. It was specifically Ichigo going Vastalorde.
Oh no, not Vasta Lorde. What are the big motherfuckers?
Big ones. Hollows?
Yeah, the big hollow.
The big hollows.
Mas
Menos.
Menos.
Is that the big ones?
Great nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. When those motherfuckers showed up, and it was like, oh.
When that showed up, and it was during Uryu's introduction.
Yeah.
It's
It's like Uryu, You summon so many you put up too much fucking catnip. You put up too much fucking catnip. Now the mountain lions are here.
The cougars are about.
Ichigo's boss shows up. Yeah!
I can't find it, but it's the video.
Menos grande.
Yes.
It said menos más.
Oh, yeah, Mas Menos, sorry.
It's close enough.
Menos Gran. Favorite moment for me is still when Ichigo went Vasto Lorde form.
When he
That
said
was amazing.
when he went to Aizen and said, "I'm gonna pour some bleach in your eyes."
Oh, he said the thing!
He said the
I'm
thing.
coming.
All right, what's next, Duke?
Wait. Final thoughts. Who's your favorite character of the full franchise?
My favorite character would
And
have
why
to
is it
be
Yoruichi for you?
no, it's Rukia.
It's Rukia, yeah, fair enough.
She's got the Sonic.
She your type?
She's like a Sonic character with just the amount of stupid like Looney Tunes type of like
More or less.
like her just being like, "You're an idiot."
My favorite character in Bleach. Damn, that's a good question because I really like a lot of them. Probably Byakuya.
Byakuya.
Byakuya. Oh no. It was Kisuke. It was Kisuke.
Oh, yeah, I
Kisuke's
remember
my
you
favorite.
mentioned this.
Uehara.
Your favorite was Kisuke,
Yeah. Kisuke and
Urahara's a
Byakuya.
great character.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, personally, mine is still Chad. I know he doesn't get that much for himself. He doesn't get the big moments because he's not the main character. Still, he's my favorite. That good rep for Mexico is so good.
The half German, half Mexican's favorite characters. The half Japanese, half Mexican characters.
Yeah!
Axis powers much. Was it
Oh,
Axis
wait.
powers? What are they called again?
Wait, is that why my favorite character in JoJo is Caesar?
Oh,
Oh no! Axis of anime!
you nailed it.
Oh, okay, it was Axis power.
Yeah.
I thought that was World War One. What were they?
That was World War II.
What were they called in World War One?
The Axis?
No, in World
Or,
War One, it was a lot less. It was literally just Germany. Like Germany, Austria, like oh no, Central Powers.
Central powers. Yeah,
Central
it
Powers
was
because
Central
they were
powers.
literally in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's okay. So we got our favorite characters. My only thought is just how on earth is Disney feeling responsible for this? No. I think my question is, if Ginjo survived,
He'd be a friend.
He would be a friend.
Yes.
You think that he would become like a Vegeta or Piccolo type
what?
of ally?
Lesser Piccolo.
Lesser Piccolo. Okay.
Because he'd be
Uh,
allied
Ginjo.
but not present all the time.
Ginjo. It's like what kind of enemy turned ally do you
Well,
think Ginjo
he'd
would
probably be closer to if Smoker was good.
be? If Smoker. Yeah, Smoker.
I'm thinking Tien, because Tien gets like no screen time.
Yeah, Tien
But
makes sense, yeah.
But Piccolo shows up a few more times. Piccolo's actually relevant.
Piccolo's becoming more and more relevant.
Yeah,
Piccolo is the Chad, while Vegeta is Uryu.
Yeah.
Of like
Nah.
closer rival.
You don't think so?
I think Vegeta. I don't
Like,
think
in terms of
I don't think Bleach has its own Vegeta. Honestly,
It just has two Piccolos.
Yeah.
yeah. more or
That's
less.
actually a
Piccolo-
better way to put it, because like once again, they try to make it that Uryu is the like very big rival character to Ichigo,
He's really not.
but doesn't do it well to show it off. Like
What?
he's more friend ever than enemy.
So would Orihime be Bulma?
No.
No. Yeah.
Bulma's smart.
She'd be
Well,
Chi-Chi.
She would.
No,
be
she wouldn't be Chi-Chi either because Chi-Chi is also smart and strong-headed.
I'm
and
taking
not
up the
an airhead.
Same character role.
Launch.
You think launch?
Blue-haired Launch. Orihime's blue-haired Launch.
Ah.
Fucking idiots.
I don't know launch that well. I'm going off characters
no.
I know.
No, she's a Videl type of just like really nice, just all the time,
also not.
but also
Videl.
helping out in battle.
All right. What's next, Duke?
Okay, what's next? It's 1,000-Year Blood War. 900 years he was locked away.
For 900 years. Put such a
90
quick in the
years
neck.
he regained his
Are you ready for all your favorite characters to die? I mean, what?
Yay.
Wait, you know what? I'm just gonna read this fucking intro. Okay?
I'm just gonna fucking spoil it.
I'm gonna tell you everything. Make it quick.
Make it quack.
Make it crack. I want some crack.
Okay, trying to grab it.
Wait. That's not right.
What?
Look at what I'm putting it.
Halloween?
No.
Glock? Oh, it's
Yeah.
not a Glock. It's not a fucking Glock.
that's what the joke is. I need that audio.
Over 900 years he shall recover his heartbeat. Over 90 years he shall recover his intellect. You're a dick.
Full.
Turn down.
It's Ron Perlman.
Turn down.
It's Ron Perlman.
Okay, what do you have to look forward to? Over 900 years, he shall recover his heartbeat.
The
Over
Jews.
90 years, he shall recover his intellect. Over 9 years, he shall recover his power. And over 9 days, he shall recover the world.
What does he get with 6 million?
He
I
is
don't know.
voiced by Joseph Joestar.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god! If you liked what you've heard, subscribe for more, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.
He's voiced by Matt Mercer.
Woo! Fuck! If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.